Hi guys, my name is Latka and welcome to my channel. In this video I'll show you how to make shape start for alpha friendship bracelets with an even number of base strings. But before I do that, I would like to give a shout out to Somaya from Saudi Arabia, an amazing noter behind the Suma Sivar Instagram account. In case you'd like to check Somaya's amazing creations and show your support, I will link her Instagram, TikTok, and Bracelet Book accounts in the description below. If you'd like to be featured in one of my next videos, you can apply by filling out the form linked in the description below. Each week I'll randomly pick one author and give them a well-deserved shout out. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss my new tutorials. Now, are you ready for some knotting? Then let's begin. I already made a basic loop at the beginning of my alpha bracelet and prepared the string I'll use to knot the background. If you do not know how to make this type of loop, I'll link the tutorial in the cards and in the description below. First, tape the loop down to secure it. Then, take the string which you are going to use for knotting the background and tape its end down as well. Since I finish all my loops with a square knot, I start the shape start by splitting the strings into two groups. Since my alpha bracelet has 12 strings, we will split them into two groups of 6 strings. Then make a backward forward knot with your background string onto the group on the left and a forward backward knot onto the group on the right to implement the straight edges technique, which I use for all my alphas. To achieve the straight edges and triangle shape, we will make backward forward knots onto the strings on the left edge and forward backward knots onto the strings on the right edge. With each new row we make, we will add one string from each group into the middle. And onto those strings, we will make backward knots where we knot from right to left side and forward knots where we knot from left to right side. Take one string from each group and add it to the middle. Then take the string you used to knot the background and make a forward backward knot onto the strings on the right edge. Two backward knots onto the middle strings. And a backward forward knot onto the strings on the left edge. Straighten the row with a ruler and move to the next row and add another string from each group to the middle. In total, we will now have 4 strings in the middle. Then make a backward forward knot onto the left edge. Four forward knots onto the middle strings. And a forward backward knot onto the right edge. Straighten the row with a ruler. Move to the next row. Add another string from each group to the middle. So we now have 6 in the middle. And make a forward backward knot onto the strings on the right edge. 6 backward knots onto the middle strings, and a backward forward knot onto the strings on the left edge. Straighten the row with a ruler. Move to the next row, add another string from each group to the middle. So we now have 8 in the middle. And make a backward forward knot onto the left edge. Eight forward knots onto the middle strings. And a forward backward knot onto the right edge. Straighten the row with a ruler. Move to the next row, add another string from each group to the middle. And you can see that now we have only one string on each edge. So it means that this is our last row in the shape start. Make a forward backward knot onto the string on the right edge. 10 backward knots onto the middle strings. And a backward forward knot onto the string on the left edge. Straighten the row with a ruler. And your shape start is done. Now continue knotting following your alpha pattern. And that's it. Your shape start for alpha friendship bracelet with an even number of base string is done. Do you like it? Will you try to make it? Let me know in the comment section below. If you found this video useful, like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss my new tutorials. Not with you next week. Bye!